the Warriors dropped the ball or did this or that. From when I was listening, it's driving in, Steiny. So, and how can you fault the Warriors like Javi's doing if, I guess you could say we knew Dame was going to, or Dame was saying he was going to be loyal. So how can we double back now and say you acted too quick? Because you know where I'm at. I'm not too fond of the trade. I'm not too fond of the Warriors without Poole. That's neither here nor there. But, Dan, can we really come at them because they made a business decision before Dame went public and said he wanted to trade? When a few days ago he was just on a podcast talking about he was going to be loyal and ride it out.
I guess the question that I have would be, all right, Damian Lillard says he wants out, and they're working on it, but it's been a week or so since then. Harden said he wants out, so they're working on it. They're going to try to find the best deal. What did the Warriors just take a quick deal for Jordan Poole? Should they have waited a little bit?
Well, do you think Mike Dunleavy Jr. or Joe Lacob would sit right here and look us in the face and say, Dame doesn't fit what we got going on here? Because if that is their answer, Steiny, and their prerogative, then
Bobby Brown.
Yeah, then they did make a mistake. But the way Ramona said it, the word wait, it floored me. Like, did they act to?
Here's what she said again.
They had another choice. I mean, they could have waited for Dame. You know, Dame is from the Bay Area. I know he was interested. You know, if he got to the point where he was going to ask for a trade and, like, the list was given, the Warriors initially would have been on that list. But I think now it's not possible, right, because of the moves they've made, you know. They sort of locked in. They could have waited. I think they did the smart thing by trading for Chris Paul when they did because they, you know, preserved the optionality. Plus, they get a really good player.
Wow. More Ramona.
It's an interesting thought experiment that we don't need to. It's not going to be reality now because, you know, Jordan Poole would have had to be in that trade probably. The Warriors do have young players. People like Jordan Poole is a good young player. I think Dominguez is a good young player. Like, if they wanted to go that way. But I really think financially, that is the biggest prohibitive thing there. You know, I mean, like, Dame is from Oakland. There has always been an interest level in playing back in the Bay, back at home, right? There's always been that idea of, like, what if? But they're not going to get that trade done with the Chris Paul contract.
So there you have it. That's Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. She was on with Willard and Dibbs yesterday saying, you know, the Warriors, she said that she thought they made a good move for Chris Paul, but they could have waited, and maybe Damian Lillard is somebody that they pursue. Do you think they missed the boat in a way?
Well, he's 32 years old, and Steiny, I don't see. Okay,
I know what I wanted
there's
to say.
natural slippage, but Dame is him and Steph and Dre. I mean, it would have got to the point to like, oh, good God, this is lethal. This is going to be a problem. So, I mean,
you know, the one thing that I was thinking about, no matter whose name comes up as it relates to the Warriors, Damian Lillard, who else have the Warriors been linked to in the past? Well, I can use Chris Paul as an example, or even James Harden, who's now available. To me, it feels like Warrior fans, there's something. It's not a negative, where it's not an insult.
Like Bradley Beal, Porzingis.
Yeah, but I almost feel like there's a segment of Warrior fans that almost feel proprietary about the Warriors. Like, you want to, like, I think there's people out there that say, I got no interest in Damian Lillard. Well, how
because
come?
He's been a rival?
Yes, and because...
Well, CP3's here. He's been the ultimate villain.
And I don't think a lot of people like it.
Oh.
Or I certainly think
I don't like it for basketball purposes. But man, Steiny, that's not the front office's mindset, though. Richard Sherman, i.e. on line one with the Niners. And it was successful.
But like Bradley Beal, last couple years, there's a lot of people out there that have always been like, no, I don't want Bradley Beal. No Bradley Beal.
But has that changed now when you look at this team
I don't think
and what it doesn't have?
I think there's a lot of people that are still loyal to this core, think this core can get it done. They like the role players, too, in Wiggins and Looney. And so I do think that there's a lot of Warrior fans that like their top 6, 7 guys, and they don't want to mess with those top 6 or 7 guys.
Even for a Dame Lillard.
I think even for a Dame Lillard. And you know, I'm not criticizing that at all.
650 said, tell me if you agree with this, Donnie. Blame Draymond Green and his contract for the Warriors having to move too quickly. I don't think that's fair. And 707, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is not a mind reader. He didn't know Dame was going to wake up and change. Like, where do you draw the line? But I got to tell you, I'd give Steiny. I love Dre and Clay. I told you as much. Had you kept Poole, I was ready for the Warriors to go see if they could get something offensively to kind of change it up, especially when the guy that doesn't have offense, Draymond, talks and tells you that the Warriors needed more variety, as Steph alluded to after the loss in Game 6 to the Lakers down there at Staples. But, man, I would give up Clay. I would give up Dre for the likes of Dame Lillard to be right next to Steph.
You give up Clay for
I would have to do it.
And it would be an unbelievably challenging.
Now, is that dissing Clay or Dre?
Why do you always worry about
No, I don't worry
You-
when
you
you
do.
can't pay the bills. I don't worry.
No, but it's like
Because I'm that guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I care about that unity, but I care about it to a degree. Steiny.
Larry Beal coming up at 12 o'clock. But
Yeah, it ain't a worry. It's just like that means something to me.
I mean, if you're getting better, who cares about Klay Thompson?
Well, I'm telling you that right now. If it's for Dame,
I think most Warrior fans, and I like to speak for Warrior fans because they tell me that I'm wrong. I think most Warrior fans would not want to trade Klay Thompson for Damian Lillard.
And you might be right.
I might be wrong, though, too.
But it's not about basketball. It's about sentimental, and I get it. It's about what Klay's meant.
No, for me,
But I'm
that
talking about
means
for the
nothing.
fans.
That means
Yeah, but for the fans. For you to say that with so much confidence, that's what it's about.
right? No, you're right.
Klay's a
no, that's a good
favorite.
point. Yeah.
Because if I ask you right now, who's the better basketball player, it's not even close right now. And we got to be fair. It's not close because of the injuries.
What if would this be a hot take? Here we go. I love this. Would this be a hot take? You know, you could make a case. See, when you say it like that, I don't think it's a hot take. It's just because I'm couching it. Okay, but here you go. Could you make a case that right now, Damian Lillard fits better with Steph than Klay Thompson? And here's where I'm going with it. Steph and Klay were perfect together when Klay could guard ones. So the fact that he can't guard ones anymore has lessened the effectiveness of both those, or of their defensively. Okay, what about offensively? Well, what? Steph and Klay or Steph and Lillard? Just offensively. What would you rather have?
My heart.
Don't worry.
Okay.
If you don't pick the one guy, you don't have to say, "Is that shade?" Just
You've
pick
been
a
using
guy.
that. No, I would go Steph and Dame right now.
Boy,
That would be.
I think I'd have to do the same thing. But do you worry at all about the size in the backcourt?
I do, but sometimes your best defense is your offense. And Dame with the ball in his hands, Steph with the ball in his hands, not with the ball in his hands. My goodness, Donnie.
Are you sure, though, you'd get the best version of Steph
Yes.
with Dame?
Yes.
As opposed to Klay, because he could play on or off the ball with Klay. That's not necessarily the same case with Dame, because Dame's ball dominant, right?
I think Steph can play with Damian Lillard.
Oh, no, I think he can, but I'm saying you'd get better production from your second offensive option in that hypothetical. But I think you can make the case that Stephen Curry's best as himself with Klay Thompson.
I don't know.
Well, we saw him with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant, and how did that go?
Both you guys must be day drinking. Now, why would you say that, 510? I'm saying that my statement is I think a lot of Warrior fans would not want to trade Klay for Damian Lillard. Diehard Warrior fan here from the 925. If Klay is going to skip the lab again this summer, I'll take Damian Lillard.
Well, he's in the lab now, Steiny. I already told you that.
He's not in the lab just because he posted a 7-second video.
The lab is working out.
You don't know that. He put one 7-second video out of him pushing a shopping cart.
So do I look at that video and say he was at the grocery store?
No, you look at it and assume he's been working out 3 hours a day.
No, the message from those videos is I'm working on my lower extremities. I'm trying to get stronger, and already I'm doing more than I did last summer.
I can't stand
me.
No,
but
this.
That's what
I can't stand this.
You don't have to second guess everything,
and you don't have to subscribe to everything. Like, you don't have to jump. Oh, Clay is busted hump this summer.
Your lower extremity.
Why? Because he put out a video? Come on, Goo.
Well, busting hump, he's working out.
You don't know.
Okay, but why do you think he posted that? Or why was that?
To give the illusion that he's working out.
I ain't going to that. I ain't trying to break it down to that compound. But come on.
No.
The cars at the gas station is low. It needs gas. That's how I live my life now. You're in the store, you're in the shoe store, you're looking to buy new shoes. You post a video of you pushing a sled with a dude on it, you're trying to get stronger.
He's trying to get 3 cases of beer up the hill is what he was trying to do.
Oh, please.
Doug in Berkeley. Hey, Doug, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. How are you doing?
Hey.
Good. I'm enjoying this conversation. A couple of thoughts. About what Ramona said. Well, she also said when she was asked about possible pickups by the Warriors, she threw out Kelly Oubre. She threw out Kelly Oubre's name.
Oh no!
So I don't know if Ramona was thinking clearly yesterday. Anyway, that's one thing. With regard to Dame, gosh, hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
It's a tough for all of us, right? Because we're so loyal to Clay. He's a cog in the wheel. Without any one of those cogs, strength numbers, without any one of those cogs, he wouldn't have won all these championships. He's a very important one. But man, right now, you'd want to fantasize for Dame. I want to say this, and I want to say this, and I know it's going to be you can shoot me down right away. It's okay, but I want to be a contrarian and say that Jordan Poole had a good season last year. And here's why I say that. How many guys in the league average 20 points a game?
49.
Okay, not a majority. Okay, how many guys in the league, have to come off the bench, have to start?
Good call.
Play with the first team, have to play with the second team, have to play with the don't know what they're doing every day, and have an emotional baggage to carry from the start of the season and average 20 points a game.
Hey, Dougie, we got to go, but that's a great point, and it's one that's fair. Jordan Poole, his role changed game in and game out.